So I will transfer you my energy. I will transfer my karma. Here is my karma on you.
We are brother.
Please record.
Boom. Boom. Let's get this going. Let's get this going.
Let's
We are
get this-
live.
What's that song?
Let's get this going.
Started. Let's get it started in here. Let's
Black Eyed
get it
Peas.
started.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
You know,
Black
that's
Eyed
not the
Peas.
words to it. The original words to it.
Let's go. Oh yeah, no, it's I'm not gonna say it, but I'll let you say it. What is
Let's get our tard
Yeah.
in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what was that, like 2000s? No, that was like 2010.
It was before the word got like super.
Yeah.
What's it like? People got like really sensitive to it.
Yeah, I guess people wanted to start being politically correct. Is that what
Yeah.
they're not really? It's like a too harsh of a word. Is that the same thing? Again, as we should probably switch subjects before I say something stupid. But is that the same thing as calling a short person, like a midget, a dwarf?
Yeah.
Like a,
I think so.
you
It's
can't-
on the same lines, I guess.
Okay. All right. Well, now that we have that laid down, episode 18 on fire right now. 18 straight weeks. Just
Both
pumping
John
out
and I
content.
have soccer related shirts on today.
Oh yeah, I think this is Shane's shirt that I have on. Actually, I don't know where else I would have got it from, but I got it from my mom's house.
I have no idea. Did you get it from somebody like
Soccer.
Jones or like Del P or Ricky?
Maybe it was Jones, but I mean, it fits me though. It's bigger on me. That's why I thought it might have been yours because of your size, your tall, lanky nature, your stature.
I'm wearing Chelsea FC because the Premier League, the English Premier League, is officially back.
Yeah, that's exciting.
So they are still playing without fans, but they are doing such a good job with the fake crowd noise.
Yeah, I heard that it's like
It's
you can't
awesome.
tell. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird. It's creepy.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Whoever's in charge of it is doing such a good job because when they score, it's like,
That's nuts.
but the whole time it's like crowd noise.
Have you watched any of it?
I've watched highlights mostly. I know that Chelsea played today at 3, but
Do you see any difference in their play? Like without the crowd?
It's so much better just because they've had so much time off. So what happens with these seasons is, even though it's technically last season, it's pretty much, it feels like a new season already. Players are so fresh that the beginning of the season looks so like the upper echelon teams look so much better than the lower teams. And as the season goes on, there's the wear and tear and like, hey, we just played 3 games and 9 days, I'm a little tired. So right now it's super fresh, but the play's the same.
I just thought that sometimes, I don't know, the crowd plays a lot of effect into games where there's like the underdog wins or home field advantage or this or that.
I think in some cases, yes, but
I think
I don't think they really realize the crowd's there when they're like during it. I think you only realize the crowd's there when you're kind of like in a slump a little bit and the crowd's there to pick you up. But if you're just playing, I don't think you really even know the crowd.
I'd rather have a big crowd than no crowd at all. Something about a crowd makes me more focused.
Yeah.
If it's just like it would, I mean, I'm obviously not at the level that these guys are at, clearly, but professional athletes, I guess the reason why they're professional athletes is that they can dial it in at any time. They don't need any of that.
Yeah.
But us narps, then we need all the help we can get. So pump that crowd. Pump it up. Fucking goddamn mosquitoes in this motherfucker.
We have so many fruit flies because we have those cherry tomato plants, and there's so many like those fruit flies and stuff. I hate them. So
there's just some kind of like spray on your plants.
Yeah, we need to do that.
Yeah, we had that. That happened in my fucking office. We have all these plants in our office, and there were flies in the office. I hated it.
So I know it's early, but there's a piece of my hair in this wine glass right now. That's gross. I am already drinking. Woo-woo.
Hell yeah.
Some Pinot Noir.
For you guys out there listening, we usually record a podcast on Wednesday, but today we pushed it back to Thursday, usually around 6 p.m. So we're an hour deep in the happy hour, and I am 3/4 of a joint smoked. What kind of wine are you drinking?
Pinot Noir. I only drink Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir. It's a little drier of a wine, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a big wine person. The only thing I know about wine is just from serving it at the country club.
Yeah.
Basically just the difference between red and white.
I even downloaded an app called Delectable, which is essentially a wine app where I take pictures of the app and I do my own like little review. That way, if I ever go back to a wine store, I go, "Oh, did I like that one or not?" I can just pull up this app and go, "Oh, I like it." I haven't done this one yet. So right now I have I have 4 reviews. I need to do this 5th one.
Drink a lot. Wait, you drink a lot of wine then?
Oh yeah.
Nice. I wasn't aware. You drink enough wine to like review it, and
Yep.
Wow. Because I smoke a lot of weed, and
as a quarantine, I've been drinking.
Yeah, that's true. It's impressive because I feel like I could describe the way certain weed tastes, different strains of weed, and I think that requires a certain level of practice to get to that level. So nice, man. Oh, you're a sommelier. Shane Sommelier. Shane Lowry Sommelier. Shane Sommelier Lowry.
SSO.
Shane's nickname in college was the King, or his pledge name, or your frat name. Fuck.
Frat
name. It was frat name.
It was something. They all mixed together.
Yeah, the frat name was supposed to be the cool one, and the pledge name was supposed to be your little bitch. Like, I think I forget what my pledge name was Emerson, which was some fucking weirdo who like quit and then joined another frat, went all the way through their pledging, quit, and then told us all about their pledging, the other frats pledging, and then pledged us again for like a half a semester. He was a super senior when he pledged. He was like fucking my age now. It was fucking crazy. But he had that dope ass house. You remember that house?
Yeah,
his
like
parents had this fucking sick house, like right outside Shepherdstown.
Across from the old teak house, yeah.
Yeah. It was we fucking partied there just a couple times. But he was only in for a fucking semester. That was my pledge name after him. I guess everyone thought I was gonna quit. I don't know. And then my fucking frat name is Travis. And fucking Travis's frat name is John. That's so annoying. That's so annoying. Everyone thought that we looked so much alike, even though I had a fucking beard.
You guys kind of did, and the best time was when you and Travis got super drunk, and they were playing that game where it was, they were throwing the football up, and we had to catch it and give it back to them. Yeah, and then Travis caught it. And
oh yeah, this is they're in Hell Week, right?
Yeah, we tackled him, and you couldn't get it, so you just started punching. And he got so upset, he was just like,
"That sounds about right."
John, what are you doing? What are you doing? I don't understand. I don't understand.
My mechanism when I was drunk was just swing first, ask questions later. It was so aggressive.
Oh man!
It was so
weird. I learned something new today.
What?
There's something called, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. It's called like autophagy. 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 Autophagy? I don't know how to pronounce it. So essentially what it is, it's your body is currently going through whatever stage, which roughly translates into self-devouring, if we got our ancient Greek right. So it's a natural self-repair mechanism programmed within every cell of your body. It helps your cells replace all damaged components with shiny new ones. It's a zero waste process, so all damaged, unnecessary and dysfunctional components of your cells are broken down into useful metabolic resources. So this occurs when you're going through like a fasting. So if you fast long enough, your body goes through this. And my knee has been crap for a long time. I've been doing PT and it's still crap. So I might try it. The one guy who I know who's like a physical trainer is like, hey, just don't eat for like 3 days. I'm like, well, I'm never going to do that. But I might start doing like a fasting, like a whole day fasting, like here and there, to see if it helps.
Yeah, I mean, I fasted like 15 hours a day for like 2 years. They say
that's what I do usually, but this one you have to go at least like 20 some. And
yeah, they said you could either do it. You can if you do anabolic fat, or if you do what was that diet? What's that diet with intermittent fasting? You can either do you fast for like a certain amount of time each day, or you just don't eat one entire day, and it does the same thing. So
I might try the whole day thing and see if I can do it, so I can go through this I need to look it up. And
autophagy.
Autophagy. That sounds so much better. Thank you. It helps when you have like the phonetic pronunciation or spelling.
You get kind of loopy when you don't eat, drink.
Yes.
Sucks.
It says it starts at 18 to 20 hours, and maximum benefits are 48 to 72 hours.
Oh, this one dude that I used to work with, he used to do like crazy, like just water fasts. Like he would just drink water, and he did it. He was so dedicated to it that he got the flu one time in the middle of it, and then continued the fast through the flu. So that's too much, man.
What's
that's the one
religion that fasts from dusk to dawn?
Islam.
Okay, sounds right.
Right.
I think so. If you're Muslim,
what's that called?
Yeah.
Rosh Hashanah. Is that what that's called?
Yeah.
It's Ramadan. Muslims, but Muslims practice Islam, right?
Rosh Hashanah is Judaism, right?
I have no idea. I'm just literally waiting for someone to give me the right answer. So I'm just.
Time out. Muslims fast from dawn until dusk during the fasting hours. Blah blah blah. At the Islamic Society in the Garden Grove, a free meal is offered every night during the month of Ramadan.
Okay, so it's Muslims who practice Islam, and it's called Ramadan.
Yeah.
Rosh Hashanah. What's that?
I think that's Judaism.
Judaism. I don't know. I don't know. That's one of the things that I don't know. I hope this doesn't sound bad, but I don't really care about because I have my religion.
How about have no interest in? Since we've been a little PC today, let's say we have no interest instead of don't care.
But it's the same thing. It's just you changing the words.
But if you don't care, you're insensitive. Duh.
No.
I give a shit.
Jewish New Year.
Oh, see?
Yeah. That's the other thing. How am I supposed to keep track of all these New Years?
You know why I knew that?
It begins
my political science professor in college was awesome because he was Jewish, and he was like, okay, class, we're not going to have class this week because I'm celebrating Rosh Hashanah and I'm not going to be here. I'm going to go with my family. So I had him like 3 times. There was 2 professors I think I had 3 classes with.
The one thing that like Jewish people do when they're growing up, I don't know if it's just Jewish girls or if it's all Jewish people, but I knew a couple girls as they were growing up, they went to Jerusalem for like a week or 2.
Mecca?
It's like their pilgrimage or something.
Is that Mecca or is that
No, Mecca is
Islam?
Is Islam.
No, they go to Jerusalem, right? And they go
and they
to the
and they-
Vatican.
Vatican is in Italy.
Yeah, it is.
Jerusalem is in
Oh
Israel.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
And
Duh.
but I don't know what they do, but it's like some kind of rite of passage. I think that's actually what it's called. It's like the rite of passage.
I thought it's called. Is it the pilgrimage?
I think it's the pilgrimage to Mecca, which is Ramadan.
God, these religions, man, fucking me up.
It's called the Bright Right.
Right.
Wait.
No.
What is it called?
I don't believe anything's
No,
happening.
That's a program that does it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. We should experience those things. Just try
I know.
it.
I'm ready to start traveling.
I saw this
Starting with
one thing.
South
I don't know if it was like Eastern European, but it was a bunch of guys. They were like in a round circle, and they were all like in a circle. There was like 50 of them, and they started just like doing this dance around the circle, and they were going so fast. And they would stop, and they would start going the other way. I was like, oh my god, I want to do that. I want to do that so bad. It's like a mosh pit, but it's like a coordinated mosh pit.
Yeah. That looks pretty cool. They do get pretty live when it happens to parties and things. Like definitely, like Catholicism and Christianity has the fucking lamest weddings and fucking shit. Have you seen those? What's that meme video of those black people carrying the coffin and they do the dance? That's fucking so sick. I love that video. It's like dun, 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 dun,
And they have those hats on.
Yeah,
like
they're just bouncing up and down. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I feel like don't they all have like cool sunglasses on too?
I think so. Yeah.
All fit too.
Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, Catholicism and Christianity, lamest weddings. It's so structured and whatever. The Indian weddings, Hindu weddings, I think they're like days or weeks. Sick. How cool is that? Why wouldn't we want to do that? You get off work for a week to just party with your friends and family. What's wrong with us? Why haven't we done that?
Well, it's because I feel like we adopted so many things from England, and we never. That's why I feel like when it's different, like races and cultures, they have more of a community. I feel like because, like for example, I know so many people that are from like Mexico or like Puerto Rico or just like any South American country, and when they come here, they could have been born here, so they're American, but they have such huge roots, and like Mexico, where they'll root for like the Mexico national team, and it's just kind of crazy because I feel like America, we don't really have like it's a weird culture. We don't have like a solidified culture. It's so mixed because we're a melting pot.
Well, a lot of people just don't want to associate. They associate racism with America now and being country and being an asshole. Like, I wouldn't want to fucking be associated with that too. But, I mean, it's all just perspective, right? If I go around thinking that this is what people think about Americans, then that's what I'm going to, that's what they're going to be. That's what I'm going to be perceived as. If I go around thinking that fucking double World War champ, went to the moon. We went
to the moon.
We did some other stuff. What else? Cool stuff that we've done.
We got Bill Gates.
Bridge.
We got Bill Gates. We have all of our monuments after white presidents that are phallic shaped.
We have cool museums. Shit.
We have the best
cool
athletes.
Stuff have we done besides wars? What the fuck?
Athletics.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Olympics, we dominate.
Yeah, that's true. Unless it's track and field. I don't know. Chinese.
No, we dominate. No, we dominate.
I feel like in the 90s, the Chinese Olympic team was unreal, bro. Check your facts.
I don't know.
Son.
Not
broke
definitely
records.
not sprints. Definitely no, not running.
No, they all
No.
took. Yeah, dude, they all took this thing called
No,
quadriceps, and it's
They had the
mushrooms.
hurdle. They had the hurdler. They had the 110 hurdler, and that was
They
it.
all, the whole Chinese team, the Olympic team, they took quadriceps, which is what I bought and what I have, and they all took them, and they broke records, and that's what they say is the cause of it.
I thought that was the Russian women.
You are so wrong.
In August 1993, China's Olympic women's running team broke 3 world records.
Speak up. I can't hear you.
Said the Olympic team, the Chinese Olympic team in 1993 broke 3 Olympic world records, or 3 world records.
What events?
Quadriceps for energy and running performance.
Took quadriceps for whatever. What are the events you used to say?
Uh-oh.
Power.
Oh, power outage.
Yeah.
Oh, it's starting to get real windy here too.
Yeah, it's raining here. It's raining pretty bad. Does it say what events?
Well, I know at one point Chinese had this
10,000.
hurdle. 10,000?
10,000 meter record, marathon, and
So running.
yeah.
But long distance. There's no
Oh my God, man. You do this all the fucking time. You're like, oh, but wait, this one fucking thing. It's like, no, you cocksucker, suck a dick. It's like you're fucking wrong. Shit. I think we lost them.
Uh-oh.
Shane, you there?
Shane?
And we're back. And we are
Dude,
back.
This storm's crazy.
The last thing on the record, well, it got us talking to each other got me and Joe talking to each other. But they didn't hear anything you said about the Chinese. But I think we should move on to our topics. You should go on and move on to our topics because we'll never catch we can never catch Shane. So run around the answer for forever. Until he's out of energy, he will never resist. He will go on and on and on and on and refuse to admit the truth.
If you need somebody to fight an endless battle for you, I, as tribute to the cause.
All right, why don't you tell the people about – so this week we kept the topics for ourselves to decide which ones we want to talk about. And I think Shane should go first because he seems like this is – it seems like his want to talk about his topic is very timely. So maybe I'll let him get some stuff off of his chest. Let me listen in, folks.
Hi, everybody. My name's Shane.
Hi, Shane.
Have you ever been walking somewhere about to walk into a store, into your building, and there's somebody in front of you? And they go in, and they know you're behind you, or they know that you're behind them. And what do? Just walk in and let the door shut. Do you know what this is an example of? Well, I'll tell you. Poor etiquette. So my topic today is etiquette. That is spelled Etiquette. For those of you who want to learn more about it.
All right. Let's dig a little deeper.
What is etiquette? Well, etiquette is a noun, and the Google definition of etiquette is the customary code of polite behavior in society or among members of a particular profession or group. So what does that mean? Well, it means be courteous, be kind, be polite, be helpful, be a good person.
Yeah.
Because who knows, your behaviors might come back to help you someday.
That's true.
So before we start, what are some good etiquette things that you are familiar with or aware of that all society should probably fall in line with?
Please and thank you.
Yes. Ding, ding,
sure.
ding, ding.
Yeah.
That is the first thing. If you do any YouTube videos, any Google research, the number one etiquette rule is to always use your P's and your Q's, which is please and thank you.
Q's.
Yeah, it was just.
What? Is that what they call it, or are you just being stupid?
I think I was just being stupid.
It's like, that doesn't make any sense. Okay. But I like it. Your P's and Q's. That's a saying, though, isn't it?
It is, but I don't know what the Q is.
Don't forget your P's and Q's. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yo,
So
Joe,
etiquette, to please and thank you for sure.
Name some other ones. So I said the holding the door thing open.
Holding the door thing, but are women pissed off about that now?
They shouldn't be because they suck as people if they do. And I'll tell you why. Because holding a door open for a woman does not mean that I think less of them. I hold doors open for women, men, and children because it is good etiquette all the way around.
Yeah.
Holding a door open for a woman is not a type of feministic bullshit. It is just trying to be a polite person. So when I hear that stuff, I go, hey, get over yourself. I'm not doing it because you're a woman. I'm doing it because
just like
it's a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
And the look on JoJo's face, I wish you guys could have seen it, was great.
He called us stupid, I think.
No, well, he said that if you get offended by a man holding the door open for you, you're stupid. So
Yes.
You get offended by it?
Yeah.
Offended.
You're like, why in
like,
the
I can hold my own
door, Johnny?
Yeah, I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people can do, like, if a woman holds a door open for me, I'm not going to be like, I'm a man, I can do that myself. Like, I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean?
Like, not walk through the door. I watched this when we were in New York City the last time. I watched this white lady, this homeless man at Penn Station was standing outside the door, and he was holding it open, asking for, I mean, he wasn't asking for money, but he was holding it open. And I guess you throw a couple dollars or some change in the hat. But this woman like went right to the door right next to it, like just like blatantly was like not gonna walk through that door. And when she got like a couple feet away after she had opened up the door right next to it and walked through, the homeless guy yelled at her, was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? I'm fucking serious." Like, she didn't look around or anything, but it was funny to watch.
So in Silver Spring, there is a parking garage, and there's you know how the handicap thing where you can push the handicap and it opens automatically?
Yeah.
There is a homeless woman who sits there, and she sits there like this, like Indian crisscross applesauce. And if somebody's about to come in, she just puts her hand up and goes. So it's not her holding it open; she's just pushing the button to open it. So I just go, "Thank you," and go in. But I'm not.
Yeah.
Plus, I never carry cash, so that's my excuse.
I know. I don't. Homeless people. This one time we tried to buy a homeless person outside the grocery store like a water bottle and a banana, and he wouldn't take it. He like just wanted money. And I was like, that sucks, bro.
I actually like the homeless people are like, hey, could I have a slice? Or can I, like if I have a pizza, can I have a slice? Or, hey, can you buy me some food? But I would be so much more willing to do that than just, here's some money.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is, but I think it's that. I think I've been like programmed to think these homeless people are homeless for a reason, and I know they're all not druggies and alcoholics, but I don't know. My mind just goes there all the time. I don't like that, but it just does. That's
who the drug dealers and those people prey on. There's mostly like the homeless or the people who are struggling, because those are the people who are addicted to drugs and are the most vulnerable. So that's sad. But
So what other things of etiquette do you think?
don't chew with your mouth open.
Oh my god, that's the worst.
Good one.
So
Yes.
plain.
Yeah. I don't like
I
it when
agree.
people chew ice with their mouth open.
Oh.
It's like
So
chewing water.
when I chew chips, I feel like I just hear it and it's so loud. So if I'm somewhere where it's kind of quiet, I try to
Do it softly.
yeah.
Like muffle the cracking. Yeah.
So what got me talking about this, or the reason I want to talk about this, was driving. So there's so many four-way stops near where I live, and one of the things I hate, even though I guess it's etiquette, is let's say you get to a four-way stop 2 seconds, not even like tie or close. Let's say like 2 full seconds before me.
Okay.
Who should go first?
Where am I?
We're both at a four-way stop and we're both going straight. You get to a four-way stop
Oh, okay.
and you're going straight, and I get there literally 2 or 3 seconds after.
So we're gonna
Who
pass
should
each
go
other.
first?
We're
You're just going so you're on the right. I'm straight. I'm right here, right?
Oh, okay,
And-
gotcha. So we're
And
gonna
I'm just going straight,
cross paths,
and you're going straight
and I get to it first.
by like 2 or 3 seconds.
Which side are you on? My side.
I'm on. I guess your left.
I'm going first.
Yeah. So let's say you're at. If we're looking at the clock, you're at the.
Who's ever on the
3,
right
and I'm
hand
at the
side
6.
goes first, right?
I'm at the 6.
It goes
Well,
right.
Four-way stop. It's whoever gets there first.
Right, but then after that,
Yeah.
that's
Then
the
it's.
chain of. Yeah.
So I dislike when people don't follow the rules of the road.
Did somebody wave you in when it was their turn? I hate that too.
Yeah. So
Someone's
I'm
like-
just like, okay, you've been there for 3 seconds. Go. And they go,
Yeah, they
Then
did a
in my
little
head, I'm
butterfly
like-
wave. Yeah.
and then in my head, I'm like, no, you got there first, you go. And then they're like, no, you go. And I'm like, okay. So then I start going, and they start going, and I'm like, you just waved me on like for the third time. So
Yeah, driving etiquette is a whole different thing. People fucking lose their
Yes.
minds when they're driving a car. They don't have no
Uh-huh.
idea what they're doing.
oh, and public service announcement. Oh,
Oh man, I saw that power outage over at the Lowry residence.
it wasn't. My foot hit the
That's awesome.
Public service announcement. If you are going onto an exit and you need to merge onto a highway or any just road, please leave space for a car to merge onto the exit. Please do not follow cars on the exit closely. This causes traffic, and I hate you. Do better.
Yeah, commuting has been. We were driving around the last couple of days, and traffic has just gotten back to normal. It sucks dick. We drove back from my mom's today, which is about an hour drive, on reverse traffic. So everyone leaving work is going back, and it was like normal. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think things are opening up now. Like the mall's open.
Oh, really? I
traffic-
didn't know that.
Yeah, the mall, the Wheaton Mall is definitely
Yeah.
open. But back to etiquette. I think so. Etiquette it's one of those tricky things because I think there's some societal things that everybody can kind of get behind, like, oh, you should do this, you should do that. But for example, the holding the door thing open, there's like a subset of people that think, oh, you shouldn't hold the door open for people. So I think there's some things of etiquette where it's like that. For example, if you're walking with JoJo on just down a street next to a road, which side should you walk on?
The side closest to the street.
Yeah, so that's what I would say too. However, there's a subset of people, same thing, like going, oh, that's a form of,
Like, oh, I can fend for myself or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of the same line. So there's certain things that I think we can all get behind, please and thank you. But I always feel like there's those groups out there that just, I don't want to say suck, because they always think that people are attacking them or they're out to get them, or it doesn't fit their agenda when you're just trying to be nice. And that's the one thing I want to get at is being nice and polite is what etiquette is about. Now, there are things of etiquette, eating, the whole thing about, you shouldn't put your elbows on the table.
Yeah.
You know why you shouldn't put your elbows on the table? Or
Go dirty? I don't know.
no. How tables used to work is they used to have little like slide out things where it wasn't like stable, and if you put your elbows on it, it would be too much weight and
it would bend.
It would break.
Okay.
So then glass or plates would break.
So this etiquette rule is bullshit now.
So certain things are bullshit.
Because I put my elbows on the table all the time.
Me too.
Yeah.
So that is an etiquette thing where it really doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Another thing is wearing hats at like a dinner table.
Oh.
You used to have to take off your hat when you'd go into places, but places used to have hat racks and like coat racks where you could put it on. Yeah. Well, now they don't have them anymore. So that is another one where they say, well, it's kind of etiquette has kind of changed where hats aren't really frowned upon as much anymore. So if you're out to dinner, unless it's like a really fancy restaurant, then you probably just shouldn't wear a hat anyway. But even if you do, you know, there's some really nice hats, like a couple $100.
Yeah, nice little cowboy hats.
$1,000 like leather hats and stuff. Yeah. So just wear it, because if you have to take off your hat, there's no place to put it. What are you going to do? Put it to the spot next to you where somebody is probably sitting or where food could go. Mm-hmm. So there's certain things of etiquette that I think you just need to relook at and go, does that make sense? Or if it does, do it. If it doesn't, just kind of do some research about it. But mainly, you know, please, thank you is always great. One thing that I like to say, but people don't like it, is when you say like sir or ma'am or madam.
Yeah, I say like sir and ma'am.
Me too.
I say it more so because, well, I say it to people like, no, it's not true. I don't say it all the time, but I should say it all the time. I don't have a problem saying it.
I had a big problem saying thank you to people a lot. People like say something to me, I'm just like, I've been trying to do better. Like, oh, thank you.
Yeah. I hate it when I open the door for somebody and no one says thank you. It's so fucking annoying.
You don't have to like reciprocate things. Like let's say somebody goes, oh, hey, you have a great haircut. You can just say thank you. You don't have to say, oh, you have a great haircut too. Yeah. I hate what. Yeah. You know how you have to. I think sometimes people are searching for compliments, but I think if you just acknowledge them, I don't think you have to reciprocate anything.
Yeah. People just feel uncomfortable, so they do weird shit.
Another reason the etiquette thing really pissed me off was because when I was a freshman in college, so how our dorms worked was the whole first floor was girls, second floor was guys, third floor was girls. Well, I was at the very end, so there was the stairs right there, and I would just take those stairs and then go down to the first floor and walk through like the girls section. Well, there was a girl, I forget her name, but she would walk through a door literally just enough to like squeak her. She almost would like walk through sideways, and the door would close right behind, and then I have to scan it again. And I remember like 2 years later, I called her out on it. And she was like, oh, really? Like, I never knew. I'm like, well, you should. It's super rude.
Yeah, I know. I mean, maybe I always give people the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, are they being rude, or do they just not understand? Do they not get it? And I bet most of the time is they're just not paying attention, or they've just never really been taught to do that.
Yeah, or like no awareness or anything. Purpose. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is comforting to know, you know, when that doesn't. But at a certain point, I just get annoyed with it, because if it's like an older dude or older lady and they like walk by and don't say anything after I've held the door and they're not on the phone or anything and they just kind of like walk out, I'm like, fuck you. Like you're welcome. Like, I'm like that type of person. Like I'm yelling after you. Like, hey, like it's not that I want you to acknowledge like the good thing I'm doing for you, but I am doing something that's helpful. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
just a simple thank you. Even if you don't really mean it, just the
just
fact
give me
that
a
you
wave.
do it, I think it's.
Just give me a wave or a chest bump. You know, whichever one you want. You know, go low, go high. All right, etiquette. Boom. All right, my topic, what I wanted to talk about was kind of along the same lines, just a little bit of a public service announcement, just pertaining to the federal legalization of marijuana. I think it's time to legalize it federally, especially with all of the activism going around now with Black Lives Matter and whatnot, because I think that the marijuana laws in this country are designed to hold the black man down and are being used as a form of slavery.
I agree.
So I just wanted to do a little bit of just tell you guys a little bit about the war on drugs, what that was, and where we are today, and why we should legalize marijuana on a federal level. The war on drugs was something that Richard Nixon threw into play in the 70s, and it was really to help fight the addiction and help people with rehabilitation by enforcing these strict laws and militarizing the police against the cartel and the drug dealers and the mob and all of these groups that organized crime. When he classified the drugs, he classified anything that was not seen as medically beneficial as a class 1 drug, and marijuana was included in that. For the first time ever, it was illegal. They did tax it in 1930, but first time ever in its like billion-year history, this plant was illegal, and to this day, it's still classified as a drug, as a class 1 drug, even
It's
though
crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's clearly medicinal. I have my medical marijuana card. Became medically legal in California in 1996, so it's like 15 years ago. And what I think is happening in the lower income communities is that are being policed more. And I'm gonna introduce a topic called the redlining as well. But these neighborhoods that are being policed more heavily are just given more reason to pull over these or pull aside these people who are don't have the most opportunity and essentially are getting thrown in jail for the equivalent of like drinking a beer, buying a 6-pack. As far as today's standards go, I just went to the dispensary 2 days ago, made an order on my phone, picked it up, and then went home. But someone walking down the street in DC gets frisked for a third of what I bought and goes to jail. I don't think that's clearly not right, but
it's kind of like prohibition too, like where prohibition was illegal, and then you had all those people, the bootleggers and stuff, and people were just drinking it so much anyway. It's like, well, we can't stop everybody, and I would say that, and I'm not a smoker. I don't know last time I smoked anything. It's been like 3+ years. I'm not like the biggest fan of it, but I don't care that people do it because I know it has so many like positive things for people, where it's pain relief and helps people sleep and insomnia.
Mm-hmm.
And I think alcohol is so much worse. Like I'm drinking alcohol right now, but I'm gonna say it's so much worse.
It's
not
just
even close.
it's more dangerous.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not like anything. It's not worse. I mean, it's worse for you. I mean, I guess it's just worse for you. But it makes it. It doesn't. When you say it's worse for you, I don't want people to feel like they should feel bad about drinking alcohol, because
I mean, they shouldn't be. Like, I'm literally drinking right now.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah. But it's interesting, yeah, because it's something that I think should be changed, because it could affect a lot of people around the world, and it's a really silly thing to have illegal, because it's just one thing that they're doing to bring down the lower income communities and redlining, what I brought up earlier. And this is just something that I think probably I want to say to add to your your judgment of whether you support federal marijuana legalization or not. But redlining is something that the big banks and money lenders got in trouble for essentially putting red lines around certain neighborhoods in cities, and marking those cities as non-negotiable lending. We'll never get a loan, like rejecting loans from this zip code and what have you, because they were, that's where the African American community lived. So
And that's super legal. Is that like like a lawsuit?
Yeah, they're not allowed to do it anymore. But how do you prove that? You know what I mean? It's still but they did it to begin with. So no one's going around, no one has it up on their wall with a map that says red lines, but
so
it's just something.
I know that I work in the mortgage industry, and I remember my director said something that they get hit by, I think it's like HUD.
Every time that you deal with someone from one of those neighborhoods, you have to explain why not, and then the loan office gets a grade on how they handle lower income loans.
Yeah, and you have to give loans to like those areas too. And I mean, I know there's so many laws that have been passed that that's why I think it's important. It's one of those things too where these applications, they always say that, what's your sex, your race, your ethnicity, and it makes sense in some ways, and it doesn't make sense in other ways. Obviously, you want to have fair lending, so it is a way to track, like, hey, is this lender not giving loans to the Black community? And then I think the government coming in and saying, hey, like, we're going to find this shit out of you, which makes sense. So I guess that does make sense, but.
Well, it's just, even though it happened, it might not be happening now. It happened before, and they say that it's about a $200,000. Huh?
I'm sure it's still happening.
Oh yeah. Well, but in case people are in disbelief, the facts say that since it did happen, there's about $200,000 difference in wealth between Black families and white families, due to the fact that Black families can't afford or can't get loans approved for loans to redo their houses and even buy new ones. And even in the neighborhoods that they want to live, like if they're in those neighborhoods that are too bad to get loans, they want to buy houses there, and they can't buy houses there because they can't get loans. It's nuts. It doesn't make any sense. But I just wanted to bring that up because it's just another thing that's like, fuck, like we're the levels of inequality are just, they stretch over so many different avenues that it's almost like, okay, well, if we legalize fucking marijuana, then at least they're not going to jail. At least people who have to get by on strings and beans, that they don't go to jail for something so stupid, because it's considered a essential business. You know what I mean? It's like what's open during this pandemic. And
I think I read somewhere too where Colorado, once they legalized it there, they got so much money from like taxing the tax revenue from marijuana that people, like state, when you would pay your state tax, I think almost every single person got money back, and they were all like, well, why don't we just put it towards like something productive like schools or education? And it's like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, you would think.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You would think
But
the government would be all over that too. Like, hey, you know, there's more research that has come out that marijuana is really not as bad as we thought it was. And hey, we could have it in a place where people have to have, you know, a license or something so we can track it, and we can tax them for it. Holy crap, we'd make so much money instead of having like all these like cartels and stuff. I mean, it would make sense, because guess what? Who's going to get that money? Probably a rich white guy.
yeah, no, I know that. I bet like a lot of people who own dispensaries. That's why like I only use dispensaries as a last like an emergency situation, when I need like a refill really quickly. But otherwise, I'll just use a delivery service in DC, because it's more likely that it's black owned, and the white people just buy. Like, that's bullshit that like these people are in jail and then people are getting rich off of weed. It's not, that doesn't make any sense to me. It's so fucked up. And I think that if you just legalize marijuana, Oregon, it has put a limit on the amount of marijuana that can be grown at a certain time, because they have too fucking much of it. Okay, then because you can't sell that weed here, you can't travel over state lines, so they have all this weed and they can't get rid of it. So if you just fucking open it all over, you know, you open up a new avenue. I don't know. It just makes too much sense to me. But all these politicians are too stuck in their ways, one, or they're just lying to everybody and saying that they're not actually smoking when they actually are.
That's why I don't know why, but especially recently, I feel like I want to be a politician, and I want to be super transparent, where most politicians, I feel like, probably get money from, what are they called? Lobbyists, like lobbying groups. Mm-hmm. I would love to be the politician and go, hey, the NRA just came and offered me this amount of money so I could vote this way. I'm thinking about taking the money. I'm probably going to vote this way, but I'm just going to let you guys know that's why. And then, or be like, hey, this group just offered me this much money. I think I'm going to deny it, but I just want to let you guys know that
right. But
this occurred.
Yeah, no, it's all behind, like, it's all smoke and mirrors, because it's like,
well, that's how people die too.
Yeah. Clinton's killing people. Cool. That's all I had to say.
I think we are getting to the point though where about me and you, I don't know about our societies. I think we're starting to ask questions. I think how it used to be is that we got our information from the government. You know what I mean? There was government issued like textbooks, there was government issued everything. So all our information really came from the government. But now with the internet, we're getting information from so many different avenues where, I mean, a lot of it's shit, but at least there's the information out there. So as long as you have the ability to filter out what's shit and what's not, then at least those people can kind of progress, and maybe those people can say, hey, I think what that person said is not correct, and I think this is correct. So then it has a better chance of like sticking, and more people can learn. And I think in the past it wasn't that way. That's why literally the Electoral College was created, was because they didn't want every single person's vote to count, because what do people know? And as a collective, people are stupid, but individuals can be smart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's good stuff.
It's kind of like that bystander effect. You know what bystander effect is?
What was it, like follow the leader?
But so bystander effect is essentially, let's say that you're in a room of 20 people, and let's just say let's say I'm in a group of 20 people and I start having like a heart attack, and I go like, help, and I fall down. all 20 people are going to be like, just kind of look around going like, is that person going to
who's
do
gonna
it? Is
jump
that
up?
person going to do
Yeah.
it? But if there was like one person there, they're so much more likely to kind
Help.
of take action.
Right. Yeah. I remember
Um,
learning about that in school.
So that's why, like, if you're ever in that situation and you think there's something wrong, grab somebody and be like, call 911 for me if you can. That way it puts that pressure on at least one person.
I would just call 911.
Yeah.
I called 911
I don't have that
a
bystander
bunch of
effect, I
times.
don't think.
A lot of bad shit used to go down. All right. Episode 18. Etiquette and
Are we doing trivia today?
war and drugs. We've been going it's been over an hour.
Well, we had like a 10 minute. I would love to do trivia. We can have a long episode. Miss you, bud.
I don't know if I got the energy. I'm tired.
All right, let's do 10
You got it.
questions.
All right. 10 questions.
All right, 5 each. All right, hold up. Let's see who goes first.
You go first.
It's not fun. Okay, I'll go first.
Shut the hell up. We're already fucking doing your 10 questions. Quit bitching.
I can do what I want to do, man.
Yeah, I can turn it off if I wanted to.
That's true.
Do you want to fucking play questions or not?
I do.
All right, Shane, ready?
I'm born ready.
All right. That's not the first question. How many pool ball? Nope. A pool ball set includes how many balls?
Like when you buy it?
Like when you play, I just.
Okay.
All right, so hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
The answer is 16. All right.
Woohoo! On the
Gotta have, like,
board!
some kind of time cap
I
on
know.
that
Yeah.
shit, though, man.
Hey, that was not
Jesus
that long.
Christ.
That was
Fucking Christ.
that was less
Bad
than 15
radio.
seconds.
At least you got to be if you're gonna make us do trivia, you got to be at least entertaining. You can't fucking talk. You can't
It wasn't-
keep it all in your
Yeah,
brain,
yeah.
sitting there
wasn't-
on
no,
a
no. If I was-
podcast with a visual counting.
Hey, if it was bad, I would have just sat there going, dude, but I was actually counting them out for our fans so they could count along.
All right. The average human body contains how many pints of blood?
8?
9.
9. Damn, it's close.
So close.
I was going to guess I was going to guess like 20.
All right.
I'm so glad I didn't get that question.
What are the
John's
names
question
of
was way
human
harder. I'll admit that.
What?
John's question was way harder than mine.
All right. What are the names of Kim and Kanye's 4 children?
Oh,
shit.
they have 4 now?
Yeah.
Isn't one called North? One's called. I got North. I didn't even know they had 4, so I'll give up.
One's Saint,
Yeah.
and then
Saint West.
yeah, and then
Yeah,
Chicago,
Yep.
Chicago, and then I don't know. Last
Psalm.
Fuck. That was the fuck. God damn it.
PSALM.
Yeah. North,
Wow.
Saint, Chicago, and Psalm.
Man,
Damn it.
Kanye's
Psalm
been
was
getting
the
it.
last one too, wasn't it? I fucking knew that shit.
You know what's sad? I don't know if it's sad.
Kanye West kids' names.
Yeah. And be upset when you don't know that.
It's a competitive nature. It's not.
I thought that he only had 1 kid.
Oh.
I didn't.
I knew there were 3. I think I didn't really know there were 4.
No.
Man,
All right. Ready?
My turn?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Let's do it.
What is the diameter of a standard dartboard?
What the fuck?
what are these
man?
questions?
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm gonna get like
I wanna
8
get,
plus
like-
8 is
Yeah,
what?
Do you want a new question?
No, ain't no bitch. I'm gonna say 13 and a half.
Whoa, can I guess?
Yeah.
Can I guess? Diameter is this thing, right?
Oh.
No.
That's
the
circumference. That's
Diameter is
circumference.
across.
Yeah.
Sorry, hold up. 18.
What is it?
I'm sorry. It's 17 3/4.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
How'd you know that?
because my hands.
Dartboards?
So my hands are 9 inches from here to here. So I was just imagining playing darts and like this looks right.
Nice.
All right. What soft drink began in Morrison's drugstore in Waco, Texas in 1885?
1885 and what drugstore?
Morrison's drugstore.
It's so I have like 2 guesses.
No, because I know.
Hold up. Huh?
Get one. I know the answer.
Oh, hold up. Give me a sec. So my first
You don't get
guess.
2. What?
No. I'm just talking out loud.
All right, well, give me your final answer when you're ready for it.
I'm gonna say Coke, but I really think it's like A&W root beer.
Dr.
Okay, both are wrong.
Dr. Pepper, bitch.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
All right.
Which part did you know?
It says 1885 on the can.
Oh, okay. All right, John.
All right.
Okay.
Other than water, what is the most consumed beverage?
I know this.
I feel like I'm gonna get it wrong just because is it like water based?
I don't think I can answer that question.
See, that's what it's gonna throw me off because water. Is it like coffee or tea? Because I would say that's water, and that's bullshit.
No. Like,
Oh, it's like not anything to do with water.
no, like,
It's not like tea or
don't
coffee.
think of it like that.
Okay. Milk.
No.
I think it's coffee.
No.
It's tea then?
It's tea.
Well, see, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's what I was just
I
saying.
know.
This doesn't count.
But
Yeah, I was going to guess coffee or tea, so.
Yeah. All right.
Pepto-Bismol, probably.
Oh, fast food everywhere. Yeah, it probably is.
Who were known as the Fab Four?
It's Jalen Rose and.
No. Who were known as the Fab Four musically? Not like a sports team.
Now's a Fab Five anyway. What am I thinking? Who's up? Is John up or am I up?
You are.
Oh! I know who it is, but I don't know their names. They're all white guys, I think.
Oh, you don't need to name them individually.
What do you need to do? How do you get the answer right?
It's a musical group.
Oh,
it's the Beatles.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Okay.
The question
You kind of-
in my defense.
And now we're.
I won't take it away.
In my defense. Okay. In my defense.
No,
the
I won't
question
take
was
that
who
answer
were the
because
Fab
she
Four.
kind of gave it away.
Question.
I read it out loud. This
You
process.
picked it. Yeah.
No, so I won't take that point because she kind of gave it away because she said it was a group because I thought it was I can't even think of their names, but there's like a Fab Four of like older
like disco dancers.
kind of
Individual singers?
yeah.
Oh.
So I won't take that point.
Okay. What are we on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 8. We're on number 8.
Right.
John, which author wrote Jurassic Park?
Michael Crichton. It's so easy.
I
It's so easy.
I can't.
But you know that I like Jurassic Park.
So the 4 people I was thinking of was the Fab Four of country music, and it's
Oh.
Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson, something Christopherson, and Waylon Jennings. So that's why I was about to say that, but then you said it was a group, and I was like, oh, it's a group in the Beatles.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't know. All right, you're up, Shane.
Yeah. The Munich Beer Festival is held in which month?
I feel like this is a trick question. I feel like it's not October.
What did you say?
I feel like this is a trick question. I feel like it's not October. God, I'm gonna be so pissed off it's October.
What are you choosing?
Come on, bro.
Well, honestly, I think it's November, but I'm gonna go with November. I'm gonna go with November.
You're going with November?
Yeah.
That is incorrect. Do you have
October?
It is October.
Should have won what you got, man.
Why? Why?
You were like,
I
said
mean,
October 4
honestly,
times.
and you kept looking at. I felt like you kept looking at us to like give you a hint, like say it. It was like, no, man, like it's called Oktoberfest. And John comes from home and takes the lead
Yeah.
and wins.
I'm gonna cry.
Final
Oh wait,
question.
there's one final question.
Number 10. Which famous singer's documentary was released in 2020 and is titled Miss Americana?
Oh man, I feel like I know this one.
You.
Say it. I know.
Oh, okay. Which famous
What was the
singer's
question?
Which famous singer's documentary was released in 2020 and is titled Miss Americana?
Oh, I know this one.
Man, I feel like it's Lady Gaga.
No.
No, who is it?
Is it my girl T Swift?
It is.
Is it
yeah.
really? Nice.
Do you want a tiebreaker? Is that
I don't know who. I don't know. I thought that I was just kidding about coming from behind and winning.
Okay.
Because all those
Yeah,
Kim
we need
Kardashian jokes.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha.
Let's do one more. Lightning.
One more rapid fire. Just shout out the answer.
Yeah, this one is a real shout out to answer question.
All right.
How many times has Kim Kardashian been married?
3 times.
It is 3.
Yeah.
Yay!
All right, episode 18 in the books, motherfuckers. Check it
I
out.
I love you guys.
All that
Make
shit.
sure you use your etiquette correctly. Make sure you don't judge people for smoking marijuana.
Legalize it, bitch.
And bye.
Bye.